Well, hello everyone. I have a wonderful guest today. I have Eileen, who just finished our coaching program, and you just graduated. So I asked Eileen to come on and just share her experience because she has had a massive transformation. So welcome, Eileen.
Hi everyone. Like Bronna said, I'm Eileen. I did start this program the beginning of this year. So it's kind of like going into 2022 as a new me. So that was kind of exciting. And I just finished about a month ago. So I'm about a month out right now. But I'd always have like anxiety of like normal kid things of like asking friends to hang out or going and like trying new things, or I would get into like really depressive moods where I'm like, why doesn't anyone like me? What's wrong with me? And I always just thought that was like kind of normal as a kid.
Mm.
And then I started growing up and I got into middle school and I started to really struggle with a lot of bullying and harassment throughout middle school and high school. So I did struggle with a lot of that, and that kind of like upped my depression and anxiety. And
Yeah.
during that time I was going and seeing therapists, but nothing was really working at that time. Like I was kind of bouncing between therapists. I never really found one that I liked, but I struggled every day. Like every day was a struggle of getting up. I never wanted to go out and do anything. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to like cover my body. I just wanted no one to see me. I never wanted to go on vacation or go to the movies or go to school. And I've always loved school. And then when I got into high school, I got into my very first relationship, and that's kind of when everything kind of got put up on steroids. My first relationship was like horribly abusive. He was emotionally, mentally abusive. I just thought that was what love was supposed to be. I didn't know any better. But he would constantly like degrade me and say I should be lucky he's with me. No one's ever gonna love me. And I was with him for just a little under a year. And during that time, I was sexually assaulted by him and kind of like harassed and emotionally abused. And when he broke up with me, I found out that he had been cheating on me. And that that whole situation kind of streamlined my idea of my body of I'm ugly, I'm worthless, I mean nothing to anyone. And just kind of was like my value just kind of went really down. And that was when I had my first real I had my first like suicidal like ideation, and was really thinking and contemplating suicide at that time. After that, I did go into a partial hospitalization program. I went in, learned the stuff, and I learned everything. But when I came out of it, it kind of was just like, okay, now what do I do? And it just kind of felt like I just went back to normal life again. And during my like sophomore, junior year, I definitely struggled a lot with bullying. I was in cheerleading. So I did struggle with bullying a lot from the other cheerleaders. Even like with some of my other classmates, it always just felt like everything was always targeted at me. I was the fat, awkward kid, or I was the one who was weird, or I was the one who was mentally unstable because I was in a partial hospitalization program. And during that time also, I did end up going through two very like horrible experiences. I was raped twice by two different people, two people I trusted very dearly, who I considered family and friends. And that kind of made me start questioning my life again of why is it worth living? What am I worth? Like I'm never going to mean anything to anyone, and really struggling to see what was the purpose of everything at that time. And shortly after, I got into another relationship. This one worse than the last, and he would basically count my calories, would give me an ultimatum of I have to do this for him if I loved him. he was very controlling, very emotionally abusive and manipulative. And it was during that relationship where I had no respect for myself.
Mm.
And I had another major suicidal like ideation and was contemplating it. And at that time, I went back into another program of partial hospitalization. And it was kind of just like the same things I learned from before. So it was kind of just like, oh, it's just the same stuff. And at that point, I was like, I know like I want to change and I want to be happy. And I just don't know what to do about it. And
Yeah.
it was something I really struggled with for a while. And then about a year ago, my mom mentioned coming into this program and saying that she found you. And at that time, I wasn't really in my right headspace to be doing that. Um, I was just finishing like in my senior year of high school. I was really kind of stressed out with that, and then college, and also just dealing with like school things of even more bullying even after that point. And although at that time I knew I was better than what I was before, when I went into the hospitalization program again, I knew that I needed help and I needed to find something that would actually work for me to make me kind of just have like the right skills and tools that I need to really grow. And it was shortly this year that I finally, or beginning end of last year in December, where I was like, I'm ready and I'm ready to commit to myself, to find myself again, and to finally truly gain control back of my life.
Huge, huge. So you said yes to this program.
Mhm.
What was one of the things that surprised you about this program, or something that you got from this that you didn't expect?
One thing that really surprised me was that although like everyone's always told me if I want to change, it has to be through me. If I want to see a difference, I'm the difference. And sorry, that's my cat. But she or my mom, she was like, this program really focuses on you and not
Yeah.
like your skills and everything, but not just like your skills and everything. And like what all the techniques you can learn, but actually like focusing on finding your self-love. And I think
Yeah.
that was the biggest thing that I found surprising was like it like although we did learn about different things and um just like how focused on yourself with also being in a group it was, because I've been in programs before and I've never really liked like group therapy or like
Yeah.
things like that because some people took it serious and some people didn't. But this
Absolutely.
program really was kind of like everyone going on their separate journeys, but being able to come together and relate and see each other grow. And that was probably like my biggest like surprise that I had, because obviously going into it, I was like, oh, we're in groups. Like it's going to be like group therapy when it's really not.
No, it's not at all. And you were actually one of the biggest, like, I feel like just like supporters and
Mhm.
almost like a, like cheerleader for the other participants in this program. You were always like, oh my God, you go girl, or you were always giving them that like, you can do this. Cause and it was just such a great, energy that,
Mhm.
everyone brings to the group sessions. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. That's not the first time I've heard that. Um, I just, being in this group and being with these girls, it's although each of us have our own different stories and our own different lives that we've lived, we all can come together and relate to each other and just uplift each other. And
Mhm.
it's always, I guess for myself, I should speak, it's empowering for myself to uplift other girls and to uplift each other.
Mhm.
And it by doing that, it just makes each other stronger. And I think you can also like once you speak advice to like people you care about or to other girls, you hear that and you're like, oh, maybe I should apply that to myself. And it's like once you
Absolutely.
hear it, then you can flip it back onto yourself and use it.
Yes, yes. So Eileen, if you can describe like where are you at right now in your life? You graduated recently from the program.
Mhm.
Describe what life is like for you now.
My life, even compared to right before I started, I've done a complete 180. like every morning I wake up, I'm ready for the day. I'm like, what am I going to be able to do today? What can I get done? What are the like accomplishments or goals I can achieve today? I go into every day seeing it as like a new day, a new chapter, a new page. It's my own story for that day to write. It definitely has helped me kind of take back a routine of my life of every morning I get up, I do my meditation, I write in my manifestation journal, and
Yes.
that kind of just sets the like tone for the day. And then like through the rest of the day, I'm just like, I'm in a good mindset, a good attitude. Mind trash, that's so easy for me now. It's not even like I don't even have to think about it. It's like I have a negative thought, I'm like, no thank you, and just
Yes.
kind of like pop it back out. And
I love it.
I've been doing that to a lot of my family too, so they've been getting kind of tired of that. They'll get used to it. And it's also just easier to switch my mindset of, even if something does bad happen, guess what, I have the rest of the day. That was one bad moment, move on from it. It definitely has helped me, even within like college and my family and my friendships and my relationship with my boyfriend. It's helped me a lot to be able to grow for myself, and then also be able to communicate with them and better show love and show respect for them, because I'm finally showing love and respect for myself every single day. And I make sure I do it every single day, because I cannot go on and give that to other people when I'm not giving it to myself.
Amen. Absolutely, Eileen. It's so true. It's so true. Exactly. I love the transformation that you had. I'm like so excited for you. My last question for you, for parents, and there's going to be girls, young women that may be watching this, that they're going to be watching this as well. What would you like to say to anyone that might be on the fence, that wants to go the traditional approach with the therapy and the inpatient and the outpatient and the doctors and all of the things, versus like trying something like this? What would you say to those parents and or girls?
Definitely, well, there's two kind of things. The first big thing is, even if you have done the therapy, you see a psychiatrist, you see a therapist, you've done the partial hospitalizations, or you have been hospitalized for this. Like, if you really feel like this is like something like you're interested in and want to look further in it, it's another tool. It's another like added strength to yourself of finally like changing your life around and getting a hold of yourself. And it's so it's not really like, oh, I've always done the traditional way, I can't do this. Yes, you can. So if you have done like the traditional way of the hospitals, the doctors, the medication, there's no shame in seeking out another alternative path to what people would say as like traditional ways of dealing with this, because it's just another added tool and added strength to under your belt to get back your life. And then my second like really big piece of advice and encouragement is just to keep going. If you do decide to go with this program, is just to keep going. At first it might just be like, I'm doing the stuff, why isn't anything happening? And then you're going to have that day, that moment, that call, that session, that everything's going to be like, that makes so much sense now. Everything makes sense. And you're going to be able to finally be like, this is how I can apply this to life and how it can actually be helpful and useful.
Yes.
And just to keep pushing through, and that this is an investment in yourself, in your life, in your future, and in everything you ever want to do. It starts with you, and you can't do anything to people, for people. You can't experience everything in life to its fullest unless you have fully gained back control of yourself and your life.
Beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you so much, Eileen, for sharing your story and really for opening up and getting so vulnerable, really with your past, because I know you shared a lot. Thank you for, your beautiful words about, you know, your experience and everything. And I'm so thrilled. I'm honored and grateful to have been a part of your journey as you awaken to the truth of who you really are. So,
Thank
and for any
you.
parents who may be watching this, you can find out more. Definitely check out my free master classes called Healing the New Medicine for Anxiety and Depression. And again, thank you so much, Eileen. Love you. Mwah.
Thank you.